What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, and I wanted to go back and focus on the mass witch attack again. I've shown it in a previous video, but it's an extremely powerful attack for fresh hits, for cleanup attacks, regardless of the design of the base pretty much. And I'm going to also show you a variation that a couple of you may have already seen, called the Elsa, or that named after the queen for Frozen, where I think you're going to bring either from 6 to 8 freezes and just like one jump and a rage or something like that. We'll see the composition of that, but just exactly how powerful that this attack really is. So we'll look at a couple attacks. The first one is just your standard, the one that I use all the time, and this is a fresh hit against a max town hall 10, not knowing what's in the CC, not knowing anything about it, but using your 2 golems. You can do 2 golems, 6 giants, a variation of giants, 6 and 6 giants, depending on if they're in splash or what it's going against. But we're going to send in the 2 golems at 330 and 230 with a bunch of witches behind, and then we're going to send our wall wrecker right up the middle. We have 3 freezes to take out the Inferno Tower, or at least to freeze the Inferno Tower, and possibly the CC if we need to. We've got a dragon and loon CC, and we're going to drop the king queen as everything goes into that core. We do have a couple of witches going up the flanks, and we're going to freeze again right here for no reason at all. I didn't know that the Inferno Tower was down. Now, I was not paying attention, and it's my fault. I did not notice that this was a multi-Inferno, so it's still good to freeze it because all the skellies and stuff like that just get burned up real quick, but it really does no damage to the king, queen, golems, and wall wrecker. It's extremely easy to push through here, but I'm going to drop the jump. I've got Valkyries and Barbs in the clan castle, or the wall wrecker, and a little late on that heal. I think I've lost pretty much all of my Valks there, maybe one, but it's going to heal the king back up. It's going to heal the queen when she steps in here, and it's going to keep those barbs healed through the wizard tower. I do have a couple of witches that are making their way up through the 1 o'clock area and through the 7 o'clock area. Unfortunately, they're going to get sniped out by that cannon that's going to pick them off because the skellies just run past them, and that's a little bit problematic. But I've got a queen with full health and ability taking that jump. I've got a golem. I think it's a full golem tanking at, or has not been popped yet, and that's tanking that archer tower, so it's going to push them through. I got a ton of barbarians and a ton of skellies that are making their way up through the base, and we've lost all of our witches. I think the golem has broken at this point, and the queen, of course, decides not to take a couple of steps to the right and take out the cannon and the dark elixir drill. She decides that she wants to bang through the wall and make it complicated and then take it out. But fortunately, we have the golem tanking there, and the one thing that she does right is, instead of walking through that little passage, she does walk around to get to the mortar and to the archer tower, because that could be a little bit problematic if the archer tower was shooting her and she decided that she needed to bang through a wall to get to it, which I've seen stranger things. So we're going to watch her as she takes out this. I don't even need to pop the ability, but why not? We'll go ahead and do that. And again, taking out a complete max Town Hall 10 with the Dragon Loon combination. Not the simplest of CCs to handle. Easily crushed with no problem at all on a fresh hit. But the one I really want to show you is that Elsa variation, and we are going to look at the hit on number 18, I believe it is. So, no, yes, it is the hit on 18. Okay, so we've brought 6 freezes here, and watch how Tony just continually freezes over and over again that Inferno Tower, both Inferno Towers when necessary, to be able to push the wall wrecker through the base. Now, the wall wrecker has a P.E.K.K.A. inside of it, which is great. It's almost like a golem, but it also can bang through walls a lot quicker and take out any of the buildings that's standing in its way. As long as there's no Inferno Tower, the single Inferno Tower that's burning it down, she will stay up for quite some time. So that's what this is all about. We've dropped any golems. We don't have any golems at all, and we still have the 15 witches, but we've substituted the golems with healers. So we're going to send out 2 healers on each side of the with witches that are going to walk down the flank. And if you notice this base, all the ADs are in the core there. So that means unless there was all seeking air mines on the outside, it's pretty much game over, and these healers will be able to take out heal for the entire span of the attack. So anyway, let's watch it. It's a really awesome attack. I love it. Probably going to try it out a little bit, but there we go with our 3 witches at noon with the healers on top of them, and the other witches at around 8 o'clock or 8:30 with the healers behind them, and then we're going to send the wall wrecker in. And a lot of those skellies are distracting the single inferno, but not taking any chances and freezing it up. There we go with our second freeze, also freezing the queen within that too. So we just want to make sure we get this wall wrecker in, and freezing a third time, making sure we get that king in, popping the ability to take out that inferno tower. Now we have to deal with the second one. There we go, freezing the inferno tower and the CC, dropping 2 poisons down there. We have 2 more freezes left and a jump and a heal, healing up that core there, freezing yet again, and pushing that wall wrecker all the way through. We want to get it all the way through 3 o'clock to that 3 o'clock compartment. We've got a queen full health with ability. We got a bunch of Teslas on the outside, but look at those witches at 2 o'clock, completely fine, getting healed, taking out everything that's in their way. They'll be able to take out these Teslas without any problem, but we do have a P.E.K.K.A. that's going to punch through that max Town Hall 10 wall in just a couple of hits, and then it's going to just start wreaking havoc within this compartment, taking out expos and archer towers, and allowing these witches and skellies to walk in through that compartment. So the queen will step up and help out a little bit, and we've still got all the witches at both sides coming up the flank. Both healers are all 4 healers are just doing fantastic, and they're keeping those witches alive. At this point, we don't even need anything else. I mean, it would be just fine if it was just the witches themselves. Got a little glitch there, but we've got everything going perfectly fine. Queen does pop her ability, but it's really not an issue. I think we have probably 6 more witches up with a billion skellies. I love this attack. If you can have the path on either side where it's the air defenses are not right in range of those healers, or maybe they're not in range until they get all the way down to the one side of the base, just an incredibly strong attack, and you can see how easy it is to get everything inside that core. There you go with the P.E.K.K.A. with the 2 giants to support her, and the spell composition there. I've seen it with 8 freezes without the heal or the jump. It just really depends on the base and how far you want to get the push from the wall wrecker, and what you plan on getting through. But there's your composition. So again, try either one of them out to see which one suits you the best. And again, the base, the way the base is designed will also help you to decide whether you want to use golems or healers. If the air defenses and the defense are going to be able to target these healers really quickly, then you're probably going to want to go with 2 golems instead in the 15 witches. But if you can do what Tony did here and use the healers, go ahead and use that composition, but always use friendly challenges. Get used to the timing, get used to the deployment of your troops. It's the only way you're going to get these attacks down, and go ahead and use those friendly challenges to get those 6-star attacks, and continue to practice those 6-star clan wars, and continue to practice those 3-star attacks.